Welcome to All Dog, your premier source for hard-hitting dog journalism. Well, if journalism involved lots of treats and sniffing bums. I'm Colette, and in this show, like always, diving into the dog stories that matter. Why do they matter? Great question. They matter because dogs rock, and if you're here, you know it. So sit and stay for a while. We have treats. I have news about the real reason millennials prefer dogs to kids. A Dachshund who's been ghosting her family for 500 days, ancient royal puppies, and we can't end without fabulous firefighting fur missiles. I am here to share it all with you, you perky pupsters. Let's start with a question that's less fluffy headline and more existential scream into the void. Are people having fewer kids because they're getting dogs? Well, according to a new study, kind of. But not in the way your boomer uncle thinks when he sees a poodle in a Halloween costume and mutters, "Society's gone soft." No, Uncle Gary, it's not the dog's fault. It's the flaming wreckage of modern civilization. I'm Gen X though, so don't make jokes about me. I'm perpetually cool. The research led by Enrico Kubini suggests that rising dog ownership does correlate with declining birth rates. But not because people are holding up a pug and saying, "This is basically a baby with just less diarrhea." It's more complex than that. What we're seeing is a breakdown in traditional support systems. The whole village it takes to raise a child, gone. Burned down to make room for overpriced studio flats and co-working cafes that serve oat milk in jars. So, people are turning to dogs for companionship because, unlike your friends, dogs don't cancel plans last minute or ghost you after a few drinks, or try to recruit you to a pyramid scheme involving herbal tea that'll make you lose weight, whatever. Kubini calls it the companion dog runaway theory, which kind of sounds like a Netflix true crime doc, but it's actually about humans are hardwired for community. And now they're pouring their love into dogs because people are too busy, too burned out, or just too bloody exhausted to form actual relationships. And here's the kicker. We are literally breeding dogs to look more like human babies. Big eyes, button noses, expressions that scream, "Parent me and there'll be no university tuition." The dogs aren't the problem. They're just soaking up the fallout. It's not that we've chosen pets over kids, it's that society is such a dysfunctional bin fire that asking someone to have a child right now is like asking them to build a snowman in hell, quite frankly. Except you do hear that one government, that will remain nameless, is offering you $5,000 to have a baby. So there you go. No, dogs are not replacing children. They're replacing the community, support, and collective sanity that we no longer have. And I think they're doing a pretty damn good job of it. I honestly wonder if we deserve them, though. A Dachshund named Valerie has been spotted 500 days after vanishing on a holiday in Kangaroo Island, Australia. That's right. Over a year in the wild, alone, on an island. And she didn't even have a camera crew to follow her and save her if things went wrong. Unlike Bear Grylls. Valerie's family, Josh and Georgia, they never gave up. And now it turns out that someone did have a camera set up to spy on rescued wildlife. Does no one have any privacy anymore? The great news is she seems alive, well, and still rocking that long hot dog body like a champ. Rescuers are now working to save Valerie from herself. Here's hoping she comes home soon, and when she does, I hope she gets a steak, a spa day, and full custody of the bed. She deserves it. Breaking news? Hold on to your sausages, people. Valerie has officially been caught after 529 days running feral on Kangaroo Island. The Kangala Wildlife Rescue Team finally lured her into a trap so cozy. It had her toys, her mum's sweaty t-shirt, snacks, and probably Netflix too. She strolled right in like she owned the place, grabbed her toy, thrashed it around, snuffled her way to the back corner, and bam, the door shut. End of freedom. But apparently she handled it like a pro. Yeah, she ran around a bit, did some barking, and then had a cheeky nap. Valerie is now safe. She's sporting an escape-proof harness and prepping for a very soft, very spoiled reunion with her humans. Frankly, though, the real story here isn't that they caught her. It's that a tiny dog with legs shorter than my attention span survived 16 months in the wild. Valerie is one badass bitch, and that's something I can relate to. Japan has done what many archaeologists only dream of. They've only resurrected an ancient queen's dog. How cool is that? But not in a Jurassic Park kind of way. I don't think anybody's getting eaten by a ghost Shiba Inu. At least I hope not. Researchers in Sakurai used 3D printing and CT scans to reconstruct a 3rd century dog found buried near Queen Himiko's palace. Because apparently, even in 200 AD, people were saying, yes, but what about the dog's legacy? She was a pretty large lady, this dog, about 58 centimeters long and 48 centimeters tall, which means she was either a royal companion or maybe Japan's first emotional support bear. They made 2 models, one brown and one gray, of course, because even historical reconstructions need a neutral color palette now. Still, it's nice to see advanced technology used not for weapons, but for immortalizing a very good girl. We salute you, prehistoric pupper. And finally, Malaysia is spending nearly £500,000, probably a lot more in dollars, importing 16 new detection dogs from the UK for their fire and rescue canine unit. It is expensive, but unlike most things governments spend money on, these dogs actually do something useful, like finding bodies or sniffing out arson. They don't say fly their friends out to play golf every weekend. Well, these heroic mutts are replacing half the current squad, who are all over 12 years old, which in dogs' years is basically geriatric. And I'm sure those dogs saw some shit in their careers. Wow, I think they might have little doggy flashbacks and need emotional support humans in their retirement. The incoming recruits, though, they're Springer Spaniels and Labradors, and they're being chosen from 20 candidates in the UK. Malaysian officers will be going over there to handpick the final 16. But the 4 who don't make the cut? I think they're going to vanish into private security work, guarding an oligarch's island and pretending not to notice human trafficking, possibly. Well, the new dogs will specialize in 4 things: wilderness rescue, urban disaster search, water cadaver detection, and fire forensics. Yes, there are dogs out there actually solving arson cases. Meanwhile, your cousin's doodly poo-poo is terrified of its own fart. Have you ever heard the word shartled? Fun fact about me, it's one of my favorite words. Anyhow, they're letting the public help name the dogs, which is a bold decision because we all remember Boaty McBoatface. You think that kind of chaos won't happen again? Strap in for Sir Sniffs-a-Lot, Detective Bark Holmes, or my personal favorite, Inspector Lictorian McTungy Boy of Berkshire-on-Poo. Well, that's all dog for now. If you're still watching, congratulations! You're either a true dog lover or a pit bull sitting on the remote control again. Smash that like button, subscribe, comment, and remember, dogs are more than just our furry friends. They're emotional lifelines, ancient companions, crime-fighting heroes, and sometimes the only member of our family who will She'll talk to us if they see our search history. So see you next time for more news and snark on All Dog.